Yes, hello again friends, Matt Burns here. In this video, I'm going to show you 10 must-know samples in modern music that will inspire the hell out of you. Be sure to stick around because I'm revealing one of my all-time favorite samples. Honestly, this is one for the history books. It's one of the greatest things I've ever heard. It'll change your life. Swear to God. That was a clip from the movie Point Break. All right, let's get into it. Let's kick things off with Love Again by Dua Lipa. Love Again samples 1932's My Woman by Lou Stone and the Monsignor Band featuring Al Bowley. That's a long title. If you're old like me, you may have originally heard this muted trumpet sample in the 1997 hit Your Woman by White Town. Ah yes, 1997, good year, good year. Excessively baggy jeans, skateboarding, Warped Tour, and no Facebook. Many people also associate this hook with the Imperial March from Star Wars because, well, they sound pretty similar. Regardless, this sample clearly has a lot going for it. Straight up, it makes a killer hook. This sample was brought to the table by co-writer Clarence Coffey Jr. towards the end of the writing process as a clever way to fill out the intro. The sample draws in the listener with its eerie Depression-era vibes, and it really fits with Dua Lipa's future nostalgia brand by putting a new spin on a familiar riff. Number 2. Next up is Igor's Theme by Tyler the Creator, which samples 1970's Attention by Bob Welch and Head West. Hey, fun fact, Bob Welch played guitar in Fleetwood Mac. Don't stop thinking about the samples. You gotta go for it. Hip-hop producers are known for sampling classic drum breaks, such as 1969's Amen Brother by the Winstons, or 1970's Funky Drummer by James Brown. In Igor's Theme, the attention drum break functions as the main rhythmic foundation of the track. This break has also been used in songs like 2020's Hit My Line by Logic and 2016's Rabies by A$AP Rock. This sample really is an all-around perfect fit. The tempo and feel is very similar to the trap beat that's so popular right now, and it makes for a very clear 4-bar phrase. Alright, number 3. 2019's Hot Girl Bummer by Black Bear samples Will Forte from Tim and Eric's $1 Billion Movie. These are all my favorite things! Apparently my favorite thing is going like this. I mean, this is just fun, right? It's such a great example of how there are no limits to how you can utilize sampling. In this case, the powerful interjection functions as the climax of the song.
You listen to me. I'm Alan Bishopman, and I've run Easy Swords for 15 years, and you want me to change? You.
This well-placed piece of profanity packs an emotional punch and really drives the main hook home. It also fits with Black Bear's whole nihilistic vibe, so in short, it's perfect. Here we go, friends. Number 4. 2019's Strange Addiction by Billie Eilish samples The Office. More specifically, it borrows from How to Do the Michael Scarn Dance from the episode Threat Level Midnight, Season 7, Episode 17. I like The Office! Alright, this is another fun one. This deep dive, that's a shout out to the Office Ladies podcast, from American sitcom history, plays over the intro of the track, and then snippets of the episode are sprinkled throughout. It instantly makes sense why Billie Eilish and her brother/producer Phineas would choose this sample, as it coincidentally has the name Billy in the dialogue.
No, Billy, I haven't done that dance since my wife died.
And seeing as she's watched the series over 14 times, you might say that it's her strange addiction. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Remember that show? That was a good show. Remember the girl who was addicted to eating chock? Alright, number 5. 2020's Blue World by Mac Miller samples It's a Blue World by the Four Freshmen. Rest in peace, Mac Miller. What a genius. This is a cool example of how you can manipulate a sample to serve a new role. In this case, the chopped up vocal harmonies are serving as the main harmonic progression in the verses. An unedited sample of the vocal harmonies plays throughout the intro, which helps contextualize what we're about to hear when the chopped up samples kick in. This really highlights the creative process of sampling and actually invites the listener in to be a part of it during the listening experience. This is also a great example of how samples can influence composition, as both songs share very similar lyrical themes. The original sample is featured so prominently in this track that Miller even adopted the title. The antiquity of this sample instantly puts the listener into a state of nostalgia and prepares us to empathize with Miller's self-reflection on coping in a blue world. Number 6. 2020's Scared to Live by The Weeknd samples 1970's Your Song by Elton John. Whoa. This one isn't so much a sample as it is a quotation of lyrics and melody, but it serves the same purpose. Actually, a lot of people just think it's a sample. I mean, isn't digital sampling a type of musical quotation?
Digital sampling is a type of musical quotation.
Did we just sample a quote of a robot quoting that sampling is a type of... How many layers of inception is The Weeknd borrowed the lyrics and melody to Your Song in an obvious nod to Elton John. Another recent example of borrowing like this would be Midnight Sky by Miley Cyrus, and its sort of tip of the cap to 1981's Edge of 17 by Stevie Nicks. In situations where a lift like this is intentional, it's common practice for the artist to credit their influences as songwriters. If they don't, we might be hearing about it in the news. So yes, Elton John and his co-writer Bernie Taupin are credited songwriters on The Weeknd's Scared to Live, and you freaking bet they're getting paid, bud! Number 7. 2017's Lucid Dreams by Juice WRLD samples 1993's Shape of My Heart by Sting. First off, R.I.P. Juice WRLD. The 8-bar nylon string guitar intro to Shape of My Heart has been sampled on several tracks in the past, including 1996's The Message by Nas and 1998's Take Him Back by Monica. For this iconic Juice WRLD track, producer Nick Mira reworked the sample to serve as the main harmonic progression of the tune. The minor key and ominous vibes of the nylon strings support the dark undertones in the lyrical content of Lucid Dreams. The effect is a captivating track that we clearly can't stop listening to. Lucid Dreams peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Top 100 and has gained over 1 billion streams on Spotify. Now you compare that to Shape of My Heart, which has only 140 million streams. Yeah, only 140 million. No biggie, no big deal. Sting and his co-writer Dominic Miller ended up owning 85% of Lucid Dreams, with Sting even claiming that the song will, and I quote, put my grandkids through college. So let me ask you this. Do you think that that's a little steep? Or do you think credit is being given where credit is due? Honestly, I don't know. Let us know in the comments which side of that debate you're on. Number 8, 2018's Old Town Road by Lil Nas X samples 34 Ghosts 4 by 9 Inch Nails. There's so many numbers in that sentence. This one definitely surprised me though, and from what I've read, surprised both artists as well, because apparently neither of them had any idea who the other was. It happens. This 2-bar acoustic loop is being used as the main harmonic progression throughout Old Town Road. This sample creates a cool vibe. Shut up, crickets! What? That's really all I can say. But the measly $30 that Lil Nas X spent on this beat turned into be much more. Because yes, Trent Reznor was made a credited songwriter on Old Town Road, and yes, Trent won a freaking CMA for it, guy. Okay friends, home stretch, number 9. 2013's Bound 2 by Kanye West samples the chorus of 1971's Bound by the Ponderosa Twins. You may have also heard the verse of this song sampled in 2019's A Boy Is a Gun by Tyler, the Creator. Tyler is said to have created as a producer on the original version of Kanye's Bound 2. Or something. But that's pretty cool. The Ponderosa Twins sample features tight harmonies and soaring high-octave vocal leads that really cut through the mix. Producer Rick Rubin has admitted that the use of this sample was a bit of an afterthought. The song was more or less complete with an R&B feel when Rubin and Kanye decided to strip it way down and incorporate this sample into the verses. Well, like, what an afterthought it was. The lo-fi sample leaves a lot of room for Kanye's vocal due to its lack of low end, and is nicely contrasted by the heavy bass synth and dense stereo imaging in the choruses. Kanye's roots are in sample-based production, so critics and fans alike were very pleased to see him incorporate this back into his brand with the release of Yeezus in 2013. And Bon Iver's on that album. Like, I'm late to the party here, but like, Bon Iver's on like 4 tracks. He sings that one song. I'm just getting life from this me. I'm allowed to smile. Alright guys, here we are, number 10. My favorite. Oh, how far you've come. You've learned so much. We've learned so much together. Back in the days of number 1, we hardly knew each other. Now look at us, we're best friends. Last but certainly not least, we have 1999's Tick Tick by MF Doom, which samples 1968's Glass Onion by the Beatles. I mean, this is just so great. First of all, it's MF Doom and the freaking Beatles, guy. This 4-bar loop slows down noticeably by the end of the phrase, picking back up with the original tempo when it repeats. Regardless of genre, tempo fluctuations this obvious and this repetitive are not something that you hear a lot. And the fact that MF could make this work in a hip-hop track, no less, is honestly just incredible. This massive risk on his debut album really helped establish MF as someone who's ready to break the rules. MF Doom self-produced almost all the beats on his solo releases under the pseudonym Metal Fingers. On albums like Operation Doomsday or Food, instrumental montages characterized by heavy sampling featured prominently. They're essential to the sequencing of his albums. MF Doom would also rework sampled dialogue from old movies and TV shows, such as The Fantastic Four, to provide background information on his supervillain persona and support the lyrical themes on the albums. In short, he was a master in the fine art of sampling. And if you want to improve your sample game, definitely study the epic body of work that this legend left behind. R.I.P. MF Doom. Ladies and gentlemen, honestly, I'd just like to say a quick thank you for all of the wonderful feedback on my last video, 10 popular drum patterns. I'm blown away by the response, and you're the reason that I'm back here again. I hope you enjoyed this video as well. Oh God! No! Oh, Burns is getting emotional. No! 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 Okay, I'm gonna eat a bunch of chock. Oh, it's in my teeth. This is a good gag, right? This better be a good gag, girls. I don't know why I'm doing so many of these. Oh, this went pretty good today. Pretty much 2/3 of a pack of chock were in my mouth. But friends, these are just a few of our favorite samples that we thought seemed relevant in 2021. I know there are a ton of classics that we didn't get to, so please share your favorite samples with us in the comments. Please like, subscribe, turn on your notifications. All right, guys, I'll see you later. I gotta get some more of this. Maybe some different colors, like I get like a